Right now, the Microsoft kill bit is still transmitting instructions to your Windows machine, and the regulators who forced Microsoft into a legal antitrust settlement can't stop it. It's a registry command buried in Windows Update that lets Microsoft remotely disable software running on your computer without asking you. It was supposed to be retired. It's still active. And somewhere in Redmond, there's an audit trail of every machine it's ever touched. Officially, the kill bit exists for your protection. Microsoft built it in the early 2000s to shut down malicious ActiveX controls, small program add-ons that ran inside Internet Explorer. If a control turned out to be dangerous, Microsoft could flip a switch, push it through Windows Update, and that control would stop working across millions of machines instantly. No user click required, no consent screen, just a silent registry flag deployed at global scale. At the time, this was framed as antivirus infrastructure, a scalpel for emergencies. Nobody questioned it, because nobody outside of security researchers even knew it existed. It shipped quietly in every version of Windows since, embedded so deep in the operating system that removing it would break backward compatibility for 2 decades of software. Here's the part almost nobody reported. The kill bit doesn't just disable malware. It can disable any COM object, any third-party plugin, any competitor's software component, as long as Microsoft decides it should. There's no independent review process, no warrant, no public log of what's been killed and why, unless a security researcher happens to go digging through the registry after the fact. During the original US v. Microsoft antitrust case, the Department of Justice argued Microsoft was using Windows itself as a weapon against competitors, bundling, blocking, and now silently disabling. The kill bit sat right at the center of that argument. It was never fully addressed in the final settlement because Microsoft framed it as a security feature, not a competitive one. That distinction is doing a lot of work, and it's still running. The Department of Justice and the FTC both had a chance to force this into the open. In 2002, the consent decree required Microsoft to expose APIs and stop unilateral interference with software running on Windows. Microsoft complied on paper, but the kill bit wasn't classified as interference. It was classified as security infrastructure, a category the decree never touched. Regulators knew the mechanism existed. Court filings reference it. And they let it stand, because pulling it out would mean rewriting how Windows patches every dangerous ActiveX exploit in existence. The agency built to police Microsoft's power over your machine looked directly at the tool and decided it was too useful to take away. The mechanism that makes it unstoppable isn't just legal, it's architectural. The kill bit lives inside the Windows registry, under a compatibility flags key that Windows Update touches on every single patch cycle. Microsoft doesn't need new legislation, new permissions, or your consent to use it, because you already granted it the day you accepted the Windows End User License Agreement, a document almost nobody reads, that grants Microsoft broad rights to modify system components for security purposes. That single clause is the loophole. It was written before anyone imagined this scale of remote control, and it's never been renegotiated. Every Windows update since has quietly relied on it. Security researchers have mapped which CLSIDs, the unique identifiers for software components, have been killed over the years. And the list includes not just malware, but abandoned Microsoft products, deprecated features, and third-party tools Microsoft simply stopped supporting. There is no published, complete registry of what's been switched off. No FOIA request reaches it, because it isn't a government system. It's proprietary infrastructure, sitting inside a private company's update pipeline, invisible to the regulators who are supposed to have jurisdiction over exactly this kind of unilateral control. Here's what that means for you, right now. If you're running Windows, any version, any edition, there is a live channel between your machine and Microsoft servers that can disable code on your computer without your knowledge, without a prompt, without an undo button. You didn't opt in beyond a license agreement you clicked through in seconds. You can't audit what's been killed on your own machine unless you know exactly where to look in the registry. And even then, you're trusting that Microsoft's own internal logs, the ones regulators never subpoenaed, are complete and honest. So who decided a kill bit deserved to survive 2 decades, 3 antitrust investigations, and a consent decree meant to stop exactly this kind of unilateral control? And if the agency built to watch Microsoft already knew and still let it run, what exactly are they protecting? And is it you?